Long ago, one of Tana 4's mapping blocks detected a small machine floating through space. This machine was named Voyager. Inside were art, math demonstrations, some whining about feelings, and music, well, music like this. Music that said, "You're welcome to come to our water-soaked, domeless planet and vacuum the fleshy tenders from our stick bones. Well then, planet Earth, we accept your invitation. And for homeworlds in broadcast range, we say welcome back to the Space Goblin Cooking Show with me, SZYORT. Oh, it's good to be here. We certainly hope you're enjoying our show in full reality surround definition. Our older fans, especially the 437 and up crowd, may remember the Martian microbrews and think we couldn't top that for off-galaxy consumption. But my goodness, do we have something here for you. Mwah. Each race, so far we've counted just shy of 13,000 of them. Each race, all three genders, and both ethnicities present different flavors. Rastafarian rednecks, poached trannies, even Vietnamese basketball players. We're scouring this planet for the most tasty survivors available. Even our armed forces nobly fight to subdue and eventually, of course, computerize the population, as approved by our friends in the Bureau of Wildlife Conservation and Enslavement. And our food tour of Earth starts with cubicle-raised Caucasians. Let's get cooking. Now, if Engo could bring me my tongs. For natural flavoring, remember, but I mean really remember, it's been 112 years since the last we were on air. We stick to found items and organisms wherever possible. With patience, we can find the real. Ah, here we go. Now let's find a nice one.
Come on.
Oh, go ahead, bring up this plump little fellow. Can you folks see that? We render their legs useless with inactivity, and the cages to do so are native to their environment. This is an ocean planet, where the dominant species chooses to not live in the water or the skies. Fascinating. You'll also want to provide a nice fatty meal for them at least 3 times a day to reach maximum plumps. There are foods appropriately named do-nots, which serve almost perfectly. For the liquid portion, we pair that with a drink called coffee, which helps them sweating out any overly healthy bits from the meal. He's absolutely loaded with gluten. The population puts up almost no resistance, although we've thrown in some local sedatives as well. I've used Xanax for this recipe, but I suppose codeine would work as well. I don't personally care for the codeine flavor. Ugh. You'll notice the neck is usually nice and succulent, even before forced plumping. Maybe use your first teeth to pinch there instead of just swallowing whole, even though you easily could. Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. The Department of Sensational Vocationals is already taking nesting reservations for this planet, so take my word and lock in your phase now. Our recipe today is for a zesty roast, seasoned lightly on a bed of breading. It's a simple dish, but these cubicle fatties don't need much. Now we're using an oil naturally found on this planet, which you'll see a lot on this show. This is called gasoline. Gasoline. We just take a bit, spread this out. Now we took him from the preheated section, so let's coat him in the oil. Before I forget, we need salt. These native San Diegans are naturally bland. The ideal salt I've found after several weeks of fire and error is made from the bones of diseased elderly members of the same subspecies. Keep that in mind. So here we have an much older Caucasian male from the same area. We'll just open up here so you can see into our grinder, and I think that would taste very good whole. We'll shake some of that on here. Ooh, the brittle hair, so good. Okay, that should be enough. Now, we want a bit of pepper as well. As you recall, we want some race pepper. So what we'll do with Caucasian dishes is we found a recently deceased person whose body had been slow charred over decades of recreational smoking. So good. And no two taste the same. We'll just give her a little spin here, and we'll complement that sun with these fruits. They're called lemons. So we will use, say, 1 tree worth of lemons. Go ahead, scrape these off. Ingo smells it already. I know the new organic tech is better, but you can't beat an old friend without a permit. Go ahead and get the last few. Okay, now. Uh-oh, attempted sit-up. Now let's get roasting. If they're screaming when the sedative wears off like that, just, let's stuff a lemon in there. Good. Now we pull a bit of fire to it. So after a few minutes, let's throw in our breading, and we're done. See how easy. We'll just scoop him up. Ooh. I'm going to tell you folks back home, there's no food this good anywhere else in the galaxies. Prepare the rest of this office for the crew, and we're leaving this San Diego for a nearby area called... Oh my. Yes, right there. Apologies for that. Until next time, remember, Earth fatties are easy.